lanes. Whip so big it's like a plane. Tattoos on my body and my face. You know we young, baby tan. You don't want no problems. It's so.
So now that it's all strung up, here it is, my Maverik Centrik. I actually strung it up a few days ago, that's why my shirt is different. Strung it up with a mid pocket. This right now is my go-to pocket in both the optic and the Centrik. As you can see, a pretty nice channel. And overall, really solid mid pocket. It can shift a little bit lower. A lot of people tend to string higher pockets in the Centrik because of just the geometry of the head, but I actually have found that this pocket really works great. It's strung up with a piece of USA Hero mesh. I personally like this USA colorway more than the USA colorway they came out with for Hero 2.0, but that's just me. And I gotta say, this is one of the better heads to string up right now in my opinion, especially considering that at this point I think it's 2 or 3 years old. However, the strange thing for me is almost in terms of stringing, I feel like it's almost a regression from the optic, and there's really just one reason for that. Here's my optic, and here's the Centrik. As you can see, they're pretty similar in terms of face shape. It's just the geometry of the head that differs. This one has the mainly mesh pattern in it. But as you can see, they're pretty similar. They actually, I think they have the same amount of holes and very similarly placed holes, except Maverik decided they went from 3 long holes, which are really great for top strings, especially compared to, if you can see that the holes on this head, it's very hard to double loop with the regular holes, so you really need those longer holes so that you can loop start. For some reason, they decided to go from 3 on the optic to 2 on the Centrik, which, I mean, you can work around. It just means that you sometimes have to start stringing higher up the head. It really wasn't a problem for me, and the head still worked out well, but that's something to keep in mind. And something that quite frankly kind of annoys me about the Centrik. Other than that though, I found the Centrik to be a really great head. It's worked great for me the entire time I used it, which was about more than a year. I had it on a String King Metal and a Carbon Pro, so I tried it on both metal and carbon fiber shafts, and it worked really well both times. I actually play attack, so I know this is more of a midfield specific head, but as I said, I'm using this Mark II V right now. Comment below if you want the pattern or an overview of this head or anything like that. But I tend to like those more mid-placed, midfield type pockets. And I've also found that the scoops on midfielder heads are also tend to be better than those on offensive heads. But anyway, to get into the actual stringing of the head, it's strung up with a 6-hitch top string. It's actually a new kind of top string for me. I got the idea for it from Next Gen Strings. I actually just ordered a head from him recently, and I thought it was really cool, so I tested it out. It's somewhat of that kind of floating style top string, but it's also protected, as you can see in the back. But really any kind of protected or regular 9-diamond top string will work with this pattern. So you want to loop start on the first hole. I just single looped because again, these stringing holes can be somewhat precarious on these older Maverik heads. And then the next hole, I started on that 10-diamond row for the pattern, and then skip 1, anchor knot, skip, anchor knot, skip, anchor knot, then a knotted stacked SI, then a knotted SI, another knotted SI, and a third knotted SI, and then you're gonna skip into a 1 where I knotted it off. And then I did this thing that I've been doing recently, where you go down through the outside of the hole, and if you can see, back through the inside, and then back out to tie off. And then I finished it off with just a regular 90 bottom string. I use the inner 7 mesh diamonds for my bottom strings, if you want to copy that too. But again, any 9-diamond bottom string will work. And as you can see, what you get is this nice mid pocket with a pretty decent channel. It throws really smoothly. And then I threw in a double nylon and 2 shooters. I went with red and blue to match the strikers on the Hero mesh. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for heads you would like to see videos on in the future, in terms of patterns or overviews, more in-depth reviews are something I'm thinking about actually doing. I'm thinking about doing one on the Mark II-V because I've been using it so much lately. But yeah, just comment down below. I'd love to know what you think. If there's any heads that you've been having trouble stringing and you want a pattern for, just let me know. You can either comment here, send me a DM on Instagram, anything like that, and I'd be happy to help you out. Be sure to subscribe. I should be having more videos like this soon. I know it's been a long time since I uploaded. So yeah, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video.